There have been months of training in Mississippi and now Texas. Now the 155th Armored Brigade is preparing to make the long trip to the Middle East.
A deployment for any soldier takes a lot of preparation, both physical and mental. But for soldiers deploying for the first time, it can be even harder. Our Parker King sat down with soldiers who will be doing just that. He's joining us now live in El Paso with more on the training.
Guys, it's been an emotional roller coaster for the 155th for the last 2 months, training, adjusting to this different environment, as well as preparing for what's going to send them off for 9 months in the Middle East. And for people where this is going to be their first deployment, it can be even more of an emotional roller coaster and take a mental toll. But if there's anything the 155th is right now, it's ready to take on the challenge.
Whenever you get here, you know, we're training for the real thing. We're not training just to be prepared. And it's a lot more intense, a lot more evaluations, a lot harder, more stressful.
But now training is done, and the 155th Armored Brigade can only wait for their turn to board a plane to the Middle East. For more than 2 months, these soldiers have faced an environment similar to the one they'll be facing for the next 9 months. But now, these men and women have adjusted.
Fort Bliss is a great place to simulate the arid desert environments we're going to see overseas.
We came here because of that environment. You know, anywhere from freezing cold at night to 105 at day, battling rattlesnakes, scorpions, everything you can think of.
Aside from the environment, the training itself has been difficult. First Lieutenant Desiree Benson is the first female artillery officer in the state of Mississippi and knows the physical toll it can take to be in this brigade.
Yeah, sometimes we're proving yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a lot of showing the guys that, hey, you know, you can do what they can do, but just as long as, you know, as far as like the physical condition of it, as long as you're just keeping up with yourself and just knowing that you can do it, it's very possible. For
these 4 soldiers, this will be their first deployment, and the thoughts of what's ahead are fueling mixed emotions.
It's a big thing, and it's just so many emotions. Sometimes you just have to step back and just take it all in and just know that everything's going to be okay and that you're deploying with the good unit, and so you know that you're going to excel and everything's going to be all right.
As far as what's being left behind, soldiers count themselves fortunate. They live in an area as understanding and hospitable as Northeast Mississippi.
It just feels like everybody's been so supportive as far as family and co-workers and just everyday residents of that area. I mean, what's that mean to you to be a part and to represent and serve an area like Northeast Mississippi?
Oh, it's incredible. It brings a lot of comfort knowing that when we do return next year that we've got a place to go back to. And that's incredibly important from our mindset of there's so much unknown that we're facing, so the more knowns that we have, it makes everything a lot better.
Training results put the 114th Field Artillery Battalion out of Starkville among the top performers in the U.S. Army, and the other battalions are performing at high levels.
All that being said, you know, you think y'all are ready?
Absolutely. We are ready.
They're trained, they're ready, and so honestly we're excited to be able to go forward and start that mission as soon as we can.
I think we have proven ourselves to be at the top, and I think that we are more than definitely ready to go over there and show what we can do.
The 155 is ready to get there, do our job, and get back home.
I was actually told recently by the Public Affairs Office of the 155 that ballpark the number of soldiers where this will be their first deployment is up about 3,000. That's about 75% of the entire brigade. And actually troops have been sending off wave after wave since the beginning of the month. And actually tomorrow I will be at a troop send-off where another wave of our brave men and women will be shipping off to the Middle East. We'll be sure to have coverage tomorrow for that, but for now, live in Fort Bliss, Texas, Parker King, WCBI News.